All right, gentlemen. Couple of F ups. Think we're not live on Facebook and we're not live on Instagram. We might have one live on Facebook on my company page, guys. Definitely live on LinkedIn, gentlemen. How you doing? Never get it right. We're almost live on everything, but listen, we're here on a few: LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. And listen, episode 4, the hormone reset. Okay. And why you're not losing fat and what to do about it, guys. All right. Now, before we start, probably seen a previous little clip where I explained I am not an endocrinologist. I am not a medical doctor, but I am a hormone specialist through the Poliquin Institute. Now, what does that mean? It means I specialize in understanding how training, nutrition, recovery, stress, and micronutrients influence your hormonal environment, because that's the missing piece, guys. Now, most men think they have a discipline problem or they're not working out enough because they're eating clean and doing all the cardio in the world and they're not getting results. It's not the problem, guys. It's a hormonal environment problem. Low testosterone, high cortisol, poor insulin sensitivity, chronic stress, bad sleep. This is the Western society we live in, okay? We're all drugged up to the eyeballs thanks to big pharma, big sugar, and false information and advertising, right? And no one connects the dots. They really don't. So tonight we fix that, all right? Let's address the big one, the first one. This gets thrown around everywhere, okay? Calories in versus calories out. Now, is energy balance a real thing? Okay, yeah, it's science. But here's the flaw, guys. The model assumes weight loss success, right? Now, weight loss is not success for men. That's wrong. As men, we should never be losing muscle. Okay, a lot of my guys in my academy sometimes stay the same weight, but their waist reduces 20 centimeters. Like literally, guys. Muscle is not optional. Okay, muscle weighs more than body fat. Muscle drives metabolic rate. Muscle improves insulin sensitivity. It protects your testosterone, obviously. It protects your stress levels, and it improves long-term fat burning. If your fat loss strategy costs you muscle, you are simply not upgrading, you are shrinking. And shrinking lowers your metabolic rate for fat loss long-term as well. Okay, so muscle is not optional, okay? It drives the metabolic rate. It improves the insulin sensitivity. It protects the testosterone long term. Okay. Let's get into a couple of traps that people are falling into and a couple of trends currently. And what it is, the trend is rapid appetite suppression. Now, this is usually through, you see the Hollywood transformations. And obviously, guys, it's with drugs like Ozempic. Okay. These are medications that reduce appetite, improve blood glucose control, but here's what most men need to understand. Rapid weight loss through these drugs without heavy resistance training, okay, a massive majority of this weight loss is your muscle. Muscle is included in this weight loss. And when muscle drops, metabolism drops, strength drops, testosterone drops long term, you are at extremely high risk of yo-yoing. I have clients that have used it, that use it, but listen, we don't panic if you're on it because we train properly. We increase the protein, we protect your muscle, and we do it aggressively, guys, because if you lose weight without protecting your muscle, you end up lighter. Yay, I lost weight, but you lost the muscle too. And hormonally, completely worse. That's not optimization. Maybe you're losing fat at the start for the first 6 months. Okay, you're making good progress. 12 months in, plateau, gone flat. Okay, and you're asking the question like, why am I not losing weight? Well, it's not laziness, it's not discipline. And that chronic calorie restriction, well, that might be it, guys, because Ozempic suppresses appetite and calorie restriction. Okay, and so just like Ozempic and other bad diets, they rely on this massive calorie restriction. Okay, this will long-term lower and destroy your thyroid output. Okay, it elevates that cortisol again and reduces the metabolic rate long term. And obviously, we know it down regulates your testosterone, and your body is more on a surviving mode rather than thriving. We want to stay in an anabolic state, guys. You need the calorie restriction at the beginning, you do, but I call this level 1, but you do need to move to level 3 immediately. Okay, level 2 is upping the protein and doing the basics, starting to lift. But level 3 is training with your hormones in mind, guys. Okay, so we're not just going to eat less, we're not just going to burn more, and we're not just going to do more cardio. We need structure. So the first step is to control the calorie drop. Yes, I'm not saying the calorie restriction is not needed. It is needed. We need to reduce the calories initially, but strategically. Now, why? This will reduce the inflammation in the body. It will improve the insulin sensitivity again. It improves fat oxidation. So how does it do that? Well, it reduces the water retention, guys. Water retention can increase estrogen conversion in the body. So the more fat and water retention your body is holding, the more estrogen you will produce. That makes it harder to elevate testosterone and burn the fat. The protein should stay high and the training should stay heavy. You've got to reach that failure point. Preserve the muscle and build muscle. It's called a short-term calorie deficit, not chronic starvation. My guys in my academy are in a short-term calorie deficit, probably for about 4 to 6 weeks. Then we start increasing. If there's no increase in calories, guys, you're doing this fucking wrong. Step 2 is to reverse and rebuild. Okay. Now, after that calorie reduction, which I said is necessary, we need to increase, as I said. Now, this is where most men mess up and they wonder why the fuck they're not burning fat anymore. It's because your cortisol is through the roof. Your stress hormone has increased dramatically during your calorie restriction because you're always trying to eat under 2,000 calories. Like a lot of guys don't even base their calories on any science. They're just like, I eat. Women are like 1,200. I just stick to 1,200, and men is I stick to 2,000. It's like, why? Why are you doing that forever? You have no bearing behind it whatsoever. Instead, we need to be in a calorie deficit for a short period of time. Then we need to slowly increase, and this is where I monitor my guys as we slowly increase, get the calories back up. And why do we do that? Because lifting properly increases muscle mass, which increases metabolic rate, which increases your energy expenditure. While I'm sitting here, I'm burning more fat than most guys. Okay. It also increases your glucose disposal because the more glucose you can get rid of, the better hormonal resilience and fat burning you have. This is why I get a lot of guys off glycogen into a ketosis because there's no glucose in the body. Okay. That's an energy system. Now we work up to a strong calorie maintenance, a level maintenance. Now, it's different for every guy. The maintenance zone is about building muscle and burning fat at the same time. That is what the maintenance zone is. It's progressing. It's not staying under 2,000 and hoping for the fucking best for the rest of your life. No, it's increasing your calories so your body's a fucking fat-burning, muscle-building machine, okay? Now you're training from a hormonal optimization standpoint, and it's not just random YouTube stuff with your training as well. The old chest and tricep thing, guys, isn't a fat loss strategy. 5 days a week, chest, triceps, back, biceps. It's not a fucking weight loss strategy. And training your legs really matters. Stop skipping them. The lower body holds the largest muscle groups. Okay. And what do large muscle groups do? They burn the most fat. Simple science, right? Heavy compound movements like squats, deadlifts, lunges, glute drives, that pelvic floor movement that most men don't fucking do besides the bedroom. So in the bedroom, they're using the pelvic floor, but when they're at the gym, they're not fucking driving the hips up at all. So we need the biggest muscles in the body working, which is the glutes and the quads. All this drives a stronger, more reactive central nervous system because we're using the biggest muscles in the body. This improves the insulin sensitivity, again, for fat loss. It stimulates anabolic signaling, which will enhance your long-term metabolic function. Okay. So a quick tip, do your cardio only after weights. Okay. Lift first, protect your strength and your muscle, release the glycogen out of the muscles. This will enhance your fat oxidation after lifting. Okay. So more fat burn if you lift and then cardio. Please don't mix that around. Okay. Now, the mixed formats like F45, Orange Theory, massive thing in the fucking US for my LinkedIn guys. I do Orange Theory. Great. They're not bad. But understand conditioning and hypertrophy are different systems. If your goal is long-term hormone optimization and muscle preservation, the structure matters. There's a reason physique athletes and bodybuilders separate these adaptations, which is the cardio and the lifting. You don't see a bodybuilder doing CrossFit or F45. Why? It's not because they're too big or stupid, guys. All right. Well, most anyway. It's because they understand that cardio and weights are two separate systems. Sure, Orange Theory, F45, it fucking works to a degree, guys, but it's just marketing. It's just weights and cardio put together and created a fancy name, right? The science is simple. They're two separate systems. You keep them separate, or you do weights at the beginning and you do cardio at the end to optimize your fat burn. Sure, do your other stuff to keep it exciting, okay? CrossFit and that is very, very fun. So you can change it up, but understand the science. Now, if you want true foundational hormones, then support them with supplements. Now, supplements do have their place, okay? To simply start, you need these all the time. These are called essentials. If you're not taking these additionally to the food you're eating, you're not optimizing your hormones at all. We just don't get the nutrients we need out of our food. If you think you're going to get all the vitamin D from the sun, you're probably dreaming, because you'd probably need to be out in the sun for 20, 30 minutes completely naked to get like 20,000 IU per 20 minutes, right? You get that in a pill. All right. It is critical for testosterone regulation. Okay. So you need a high dose of vitamin D. You need high doses of zinc. Zinc is involved in all the androgen and anabolic production. Anything anabolic requires zinc. You need it additionally. Magnesium, you need this. It's an essential. It supports your sleep, recovery, insulin sensitivity. Everything to do with a muscle contraction is from magnesium. Potassium, this is another essential muscular and nervous system function mineral, okay? Also helps with your hydration. Now, these aren't magic, but if any of these are deficient, they limit everything. So optimizing these alone can significantly improve your recovery, your sleep. And remember, guys, I've said this before, sleep is the ultimate hormone reset, okay? So, guys, here's the truth. If you're not losing fat, it's really the effort issue, it's the structure. And if you're stuck, it's generally not because you're lazy or, you're just misinformed. You're probably at level 1 and you're nowhere near level 3, okay? Men should be aging into strength, okay? Strength should be a big part of aging, guys, not going soft and shrinking. Have a think about this. The old generation that never lifted, never lifted weights, okay? That's long gone. If you look at your 80-year-old father, guys, okay? Hopefully they're still kicking, okay? Most of them, guess what? Never lifted a weight. And what are they? Okay, they're frail. If they fall, they're at higher risk of death. Falling and internal bleeding is still the leading cause of death post-80. It's not heart attacks. It's nothing to do with the fucking heart. It's falling and internal bleeding. So aesthetics aside, let's ensure we have the real insurance policy in place for a long life and to be a fat burning machine. And that is lifting weights, guys. Okay. So if this resonates and you want to see how we structure this properly inside my Dangerous After 40, shoot me a DM with the word access and I'll send you the details personally. It's in my private school community. Let's build a body that supports your hormones, not shrinking the body and fighting against them. Okay. I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Peace.